Hello, how's everyone doing? Sorry I took a while to start the stream. I had to make sure that everything is properly ready. Also, I haven't done the dailies. And I knew I forgot something today. God damn it. Oh well, we're doing it together real quick then. So hello, how's everyone doing? Hello Infinity Midnight, hello Luz, welcome to the stream. What have you been arguing about this entire time? It's... yeah. I'll make a little drawing from thanks for thanking you later. Yeah. We haven't been arguing. What have you been doing? I read a little bit that you know for the characters, like I think you sent it to me on on Discord too, that in the event they don't actually have ratio. Talking about new event and no ratio. Yeah, I understood that much. What else do we have? Wait a minute. Tools update. That's a nice GB. Why would Kastoriki need glasses? Everyone needs glasses in this game. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Okay. So I should probably grind more for relics. Wait a minute. Claimable reward. Oh yeah. Thanks for that. Yippee. Man, we're gonna get so much. We're gonna get so much. There is no way I'm losing Kastoriki. There is no way. Unless I'm gonna lose like 250-50s. Can you imagine? If there was no guarantee and you were there was always gonna be like, there was there was never a guarantee. It was always about the, what is this? Auto salvage when finalizing relics. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. Excellent. I'd never have a limited character if that were the case. True. Damn. True that. By the way, I completely forgot. I need to grab my soda. Give me a moment. Just midday. True. Okay. One moment. I'm back.
Catadons. Ha! Thus our fates become one. All light be revealed.
Serenity is before me. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk. Thus our fates become one.
Okay, please do me a favor.
All light be
Choose
revealed.
for me. Marshmallow or bubble. Midday would be my only one, maybe Black Swan, I can't remember. Midday is the only character that I've won the 50-50 on in the history of my account.
No great concern.
Well, symbolic. From here on out, you're only gonna be winning.
All light be revealed.
Bubble. Okay, bubble comes.
Thus our fates become
I don't remember if Black Swan was a guarantee or not, but honestly, probably. Ooh, this is so good. I like this so much. Let's go. Bubble, I suppose. Okay, cool. I guess bubblegum is what girls like. I don't know what flavor that is. Bubblegum. That's why I'm asking. That's why there are two flavors: bubblegum or marshmallow. They do taste like bubblegum and marshmallow.
Thus our fates become one. All light be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Watch over you and guide you on your path. Try to doubt farewell.
All light be revealed. Thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All light be revealed. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
By the way... I have been playing
Catadons.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
The fates become one. All light will be revealed.
I bought it back in 2021,
Serenity is before me.
but I couldn't stand the junky gameplay. But in all honesty, I didn't give it a proper chance.
Become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Oh, hello Vladimir, welcome. By the way, not even counting the free tickets, I got like 30 or 40 pulls just from playing the story. Damn, and exploring. God damn, nice. Told you not to combine Blade with Kastoriki.
Become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Oh, but they deserve to meet at the very least. Heartbroken, I have to skip Kastoriki. It's truly unfortunate that you get the both scholars on the same banner, by the way. I'm only pulling because I'm weak. I should wait for Anaxa. I should. Anaxa. Yeah.
Become one. All light will be revealed.
So anyway, I was saying, I did not give a proper chance to Kingdom Come Deliverance. But now, with Kingdom Come 2, and my friends actually trying to catch up to the game by playing the old one, I'm like, okay, you know what? I have to return to that game, okay? So, I played a little bit before the stream, and god damn it. Now that I'm giving it a proper chance, I come to realize that it's a really damn good game. Now that I pay a little bit more attention, it's such a good game.
Watch over you.
So accurate in so many ways.
Catadons. Ha! Thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk. All light will be revealed.
Serenity is before me.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
I wish I didn't meet him. I know.
Become one.
Why Blade of all people in Emporius still chooses Kastoriki? Yeah. Anyway, I'm sleeping. Get some rest. See you around, I suppose. Or you know, if you want, you can lurk. I gotta go in 30 minutes, by the way, but then I can come back. Oh, damn it. I hope you won't miss anything nice.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Anything important, maybe. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's not lose any time. Let's get to the story real quick. Let's get to the new area in order to be able to explore it properly. Midnight Anaxa is like needed for Herta, like a good upgrade. He's really good for the Herta. He's really good for many people, considering for many characters, considering the fact that he's, you know, considering the fact that he's, you know, someone who gives.
She's been waiting. Follow me, please.
Considering the fact that he gives weaknesses to enemies, but yeah.
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Yeah, but he has an extra layer of synergy for Herta because he's erudition. Oh, true that. Yeah, I forgot about that. He is erudition. I mean, since I have Aglaya and Mida in her, I don't need another DPS for Kastoriki. I hate life. Yeah.
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
I cannot believe that the name Lycurgos has become Ligos. Or Ligos. Is it really that difficult? No. Honestly, from someone tell me from someone who actually has as a first language English, right? Is Lycurgos such a difficult name? Did you lose to Blade? No, I didn't. It's not difficult for me. So what's the point for having the name Lycurgos become Ligos for some reason?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
But I don't know about others.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
By the way, now I cannot unsee it, but this guy literally has mechanical hands that hold his bosom together. And now you cannot unsee that too. Jesus. Maybe I should not have mentioned it. Media is good for Kastoriki, quick swap. Oh well, somebody want to watch Ying Ching with her. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yep. It's a good thing that he's male. Imagine. Actually, do not imagine. Screw it.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
You certainly want to talk about arrogance. Anaxa is such a hypocrite. This is how people are. You know? That's how hypocrites are, you know? Especially those who are smartasses like him. They Al-Haytham likewise. Yep. Both Al-Haytham and Wise. And Anaxa. What's up? Hello, Julian. Welcome to stream.
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try.
I get more peace
I believe,
by the moment.
And I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world.
Does Anaxa have any redeeming quality? Goddammit. Ligus doesn't have any. Like, I know this guy is a villain. This guy is a villain by a mile. I so badly want to kick his ass. Like he has that aura, the aura of drawing in people who want to kick his ass.
Because I completely concur with you on this aspect.
Like Dr.
If the
Ratio.
Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
Infinite Midnight. I have to tell you. Okay, Izuna, previously known as Vladimir, is someone of a jester. He jests a lot. Okay, so do not pay too much attention. Jesus, don't blow a gasket calm down. Yeah, anyway. I'm still gonna say it goes tingly dang. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh, cutscene. Let's go. What the fuck? What is this?
Please, Professor.
What? What the... Did Kefali just allowed us to climb on their hand?
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
I think that's just a mechanism to get to Dawn Cloud. I don't really think that's exactly Kefali. It almost felt like it was Kefali who was like, okay, come on, climb onto my hand. I believe Anax's character is meant to contrast ratios, by the way. Definitely, most definitely. Or else they would be way too similar now, wouldn't they? I lost to Clara when I was pulling for Fugue, and I did a temple on the wrong banner, so I got Kastoriki. Well, Kastoriki is not half bad, so congrats, I guess. Hi, I'm back. Hello, Luz, welcome back.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
He really is so arrogant. Oh! Okay, give me an Anaxa boss fight.
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish.
Atheist,
Your
yeah.
cooperation is much appreciated.
Yes, technically speaking. Do you hate him yet? No, I didn't like him very much from the get-go, but now I grew to dislike him more and more. Anaxa is focused on himself, Ratio is focused on others. Anaxa spurns the gods, while Ratio craves Nusi's recognition. Yeah. Anaxa disrespects all, while Ratio gives respect to those he believes are more intelligent than himself. Yeah. The atheist, I hate them. Yeah, more or less. He's not exactly an atheist, because these gods obviously exist. More like he hates gods. That's the next step of being an atheist. Is it not? If you don't want to believe in gods, but then you find out that they are real, then the next step is to just hate on them. I freaking lost my 50-50 buy, Lou. I hate her. That's sad. I like Gamer Girl. That's sad.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you. But it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then.
Can you imagine just standing guard over there? You just see a floating ghost lady passing by. You're like, just, you know, interacting with whatever surroundings there are, and you're like, oh yeah, one more day in Ohiba, yes.
Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Oh yes, let's go for a little bit of tourism with the Titan, yes.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease.
Most
I
cannot
should
see
investigate
Kerkis.
the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
Technically speaking, they cannot see Kerkis, but imagine if there is this one guard who's gifted, but he never found out ever from his entire life. Aglaia Xanaxa, that's awful. There is no way. It is awful. Yeah, Agladia 1000%. 10,000%. Yeah, let's go. People love when people hate each other. To love to hate, it's bad attribute. But to hate to love now, that is even worse. It depends on how you perceive it.
Be aware. I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Okay. Quiet, citizen. Know where you stand. The Citizens Assembly, the beacon of public opinion. Crucible where truth is forged. The false cleanse away delirious dregs, while reason sharpens through the tempering of debates. I accept. He didn't have a voice line. Whatever. As would any man. Whatever. The golden liquid within the holy candle rises and falls, while the surrounding plants seem to sway gently in response to its rhythm. Okay. Wait a minute. Walk around before the messenger arrives. Ah, okay, so I can...
Professor Naxa! Over here!
Oh yeah, professore! I get the feeling that this should have been... Oh my! Let's go! I forgot that I really like these puzzles. Okay. So what do I have to do? Yeah. Let me try again. No. There we go. Easy.
I suppose I can just ignore this.
What? Flame of Georgios. Phew, Dawn Cloud. Such a complex place. Likely the winds here aren't too strong, so my flames can burn peacefully. Speaking of which, I overheard a question earlier and I couldn't come up with a good answer after thinking about it for a while. An elder, a priest, a wealthy merchant, and a chrysosauer are trapped in the same ruins. They all want to get out alive, so they all want to give orders to each other, to others. The elder says they represent the people. The priest says they represent the titans. The merchant claims to have a lot of balance coins in the city, and the chrysosauer is mighty and strong. So, who amongst these four is most likely to have the final say? Well, the mighty and strong, obviously. So in times of crisis, we should trust the strongest person, right? Sounds reasonable. But being a chrysosauer is just a physical trait. What if this person is all brawn and no brains? It's still him. Why? Let me tell you something. Because if someone is arrogant enough to want to actually do whatever the fuck they want, and they have the power to do it, nobody can really stop them. aka politicians, and their money, and their influence. They may be stupid, but they have the power, so nobody can stop them. Yeah. Could they really lead everyone to safety? Nah, what a complicated question. I'll stop bothering you now. Let my mind burn for a while longer. Fair enough. Wait a minute. What is this? I looked away from the chat one moment, and I now realize I missed so much of the chat. His voice and support in the chest are even obnoxious. Are even obnoxious. Oh damn. I hope you get the chance to hear it. I need to hear them. Yeah, he's ungrateful on top of everything else too. Damn. There will be a boss fight, but it's not an Axa. Dang it. Why isn't he saying them? He will say them. Narcissistic little shit. More, yeah, he is. You'll have to find out, yeah. Imagine an Axa just ignores anyone who calls him high and Axagoras. Yes, I censored his name. He will ignore me forever. True. One of his treasured lines, yeah. I see. I suppose I can't just ignore this. Wow. Okay.
And are made.
I dislike him, but had some regard. Had some regard for him. But then later in the story, towards the end, he said a few things that made me absolutely despise him. Damn. Back. Welcome back, Julian. Hello. Welcome back. That is so awful to have sex with. What the fuck? I refer to Anaxa. Bro, calm down. That's my wife you're talking about. And make an awful union offspring of them. Bro, calm down. That's my wife you're talking about. What someone want to watch the world burn. What the fuck? This is the part of the state made me change my opinion of Anaxa. The whole 3.2. Well, it remains for me to see what's gonna happen. He doesn't say the lines. What is up with that?
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the fates.
I know Castoriki is good, but I'm not pulling for her Lightcon, so I can only use a 3-star Lightcon on her. Well, whatever suits you best. I will try to pull her Lightcon too. I really like her. I learned that what kind of person he really is. I think you can also use Victory in a blink on Castoriki. Okay. I love him for his love for the Dormas or whatever.
You could say it's the fates toying with us.
You're just trying to find ways to like him now, don't you?
It's only the Krymnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Well, I have Phenon to destroy the Aglaia ex-Anaxa ship. Give thanks to the deliverer. No, fuck that guy. Fuck Phenon, fuck Anaxa. Fuck both of them. By Midday. Midday will fuck them both. To hell and back. Aglaia and Midday are perfect for each other, and I will not hear anything else from that subject. Now quiet. I'm trying to see how much of an ass Anaxa is.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone.
What? Oh.
Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide,
oh yeah,
she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaia and her adherents.
What?
They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
Oh yes, of course. Whenever it's always the same story. Whenever the husband is good and gone, they're going to face their wife, the queen, because that's the only obstacle that remains for them. The very moment the protector is away, they're going to. I wish Midday was here. I wish I was here.
No surprises there. shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
He's a Sue version of him. He has a wise voice. He sleeps with plushies. He is handsome. I love his annoying personality. I just have bad taste with men. Haven't you noticed? I have noticed, and I have told you that you do have a bad taste in men. This isn't a surprise, you know. Well, bye again. I'm going to do the story again. Bye, Julian. Have fun. I mean, you have a good taste in Midai. Yes, but the only reason she has a good taste in Midai is because Midai specifically is buff and he walks around, you know, half naked. That's the reason. But everyone else, yeah, exactly.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
What?
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in.
I like Kirki's, okay? She was like, nah, it's gonna be more interesting to see what he is gonna do. More or less, he wanted a little bit of company, the Titan over here, so she was like, nah, screw it. I'd rather go ahead and, you know, see what humans are all about.
But it seems as though this kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours, just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think.
That's not true. I love him since Honkai Impact 3, what the hell. Okay, fair enough, but still. I didn't even like his presence until I knew he was a softie. I hate Tsundere. Okay, valid on this one. Valid on this one, but not on everything. Alright? I cannot validate you for every single opinion of yours. Okay, the two functions. First we have these guys from this side. Let's see the guys from that side.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
I love these. These are even better than the scapegoat. Oh yes. Yes. Wait a minute. Come on. I can do it. It's not gonna be that difficult. There we go.
It's just an answer. Nothing too difficult.
Shut the fuck up. And still no comments about the treasure, huh?
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
This guy really goes Anaxagoras. Didn't you fucking die? Well, why, you know, why are you still here? Go die already.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
I just offended with. Wait, I just got offended with Midai. The rest is true, except Wise. I'd fight for him. Okay. After every time he speaks, I'm just like, dude, shut up. I know. Deliver save us from this narcissistic scholar. Yeah. Either the deliver or either Midai. Yes, Anaxa is actually narcissistic. Glacio, however, is not a narcissistic, contrary to popular belief. True.
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
Dang, it's it's about time to have to go. Yeah, it's okay though. I'll only be gone for 30 minutes. Okay, I'll get through this irritating part, and hopefully by the time you're back, we're gonna be, you know, in the underworld with Castoriki, aka you. I'm referring to Fenon, not Midai. I know you're referring to Fenon, but I'm saying that also Midai would be able to deal with him.
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the God of Deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
This is not the wise way noise in the Zone Zero. I know. He definitely isn't.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
He really wants to die at the end of the day. Oh hey, a butterfly. Human, pour your sorrows and troubles out to me. I cannot resolve them, but I'll keep blessing you quietly, always and forever. That's such a nice butterfly. Did I miss any other butterflies on my way here and I didn't realize? I probably did. Wait a minute, let me check the walls. They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls! In the bushes, maybe? They're in the bushes. They're in the goddamn bushes. The way I phrase it, it doesn't sound as I'm saying bush. Anyway. There it is. I knew I would find one more. Moths are always drawn to light, but diving straight into fire is not wise. Wise? Dreams should be pursued step by step. Approach the flame a little more each day, and after 100 years you won't fear standing in it. Buzz. Today's training ends here. The rest will wait for tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Norwolf in Genshin. I know. There she is.
Oh, my. Could it be that the great tree painted in this mural is actually depicting me?
Yeah. You look magnificent.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
What?
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Wow.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, Why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
At the very least, he acknowledges himself as a lunatic.
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawnfloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old? 2 years old?
That's what you get for fucking with the Titan, you moron.
Oh my. Even a member of the preeminent 7 sages must hug his droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
That's what you meant, Luz? God damn. I didn't realize I didn't realize this was canon and it was gonna be referenced here. Infinite Midnight, you're still here?
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a
I have to go
secret
right
that
now.
nobody
Oh,
knows.
I thought he didn't show up. I was. Oh. I see, I
Since
see.
our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Thelesis' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Interesting.
Anaxa, you...
Empedocles. Empedocles. Interesting. It's a Greek name. It derives from the Greek word ebedoni, which basically means that he is the one who understood, or the one who understands difficult topics, basically. Someone who remembers and understands. What you need to do basically when you're reading.
I did it, teacher. But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre.
Yeah, from an early age, from a very early age, yes. He was a blasphemer.
Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the 7 Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm. Even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
So he sacrificed his eye, okay.
Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Wow. He sacrificed his eye in order to see his sister one last time. Damn.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
His teacher is such a good man.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thelesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa. I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence.
The voice actors here really is actually selling the "what the fuck is this guy doing" tone.
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival.
It's a woman?
So please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
What? Who? I will kill them all. You have a grudge against my wife? You're gonna have to answer to me for that, you fuck.
Isn't that the dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
And you should not.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
True that.
Your nickname is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
Nice lake. Actually very beautiful. Here, the war-bearing Skyfathers spilled their golden... not the golden... the golden blood into the mortal lake. The golden blood flows down with spring waters as dawn rises with the mists. No words ever break the solemn silence, and the volcano's heart beats no more. Oh, a butterfly is there. Hear the fog. What? Oh, there we go. Follow me, sailor. How many waves have we braved, and how many reefs have we crossed? Surely you remember those nights we kept watch on the mast? The pure moonlight spilling over the sails. The ship rocking gently as it glided across the dark sea. Excuse me. In those moments, I even dreamed of becoming a hero. Did you feel the same? Yes, and now we are finally setting sail again. Are you ready, sailors? Aye, aye, Captain. Can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Woo! Anyway. Oh, I'm so sad because...
Go melt it down.
Huh? Melt it down? Motherfucker! Oh my god, he really is... Since this guy's insufferable. Anyway. Infinite Midnight would probably not understand the reference. Unless he has heard the theme song at least. Anyway, time to blast ourselves on the other side.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs.
The voice actors of the
And it
Herta.
is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yeah.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
What radical thinking. I guess this is why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
Yeah.
How boring.
You seem to be avoiding that Goldweaver person. Why don't you address her face to face?
Because she's a coward.
I have nothing to talk about with her. Since you're in my brain, you can look for the reason yourself.
Oh, the leader of the Flame Chase journey and a demigod of Nestia.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You're really searching through my brain. What are you treating it as? Some sort of toy?
Regardless, you think quite highly of her, no?
That's because I'm a teacher who grades everyone fairly.
Busted. I guess he
Lord
really
Lygus
doesn't
and
hate
Lady
it that
Kindness
much.
are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Okay, do take leave. I'll leave as well. For exploring.
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Would you look at that? Look who that is. This time it's covered in dark partners. Perhaps it will shine with light at some moment. Oh. go, another puzzle. Okay, what do we have here? Balls. Oh, I see. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. This is actually very interesting. Ah, I cannot time it very well. Yeah. Interesting. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. What is up with this puzzle? Okay, let me think a little bit. I've been trying trial and error, but trial and error doesn't get me much. Doesn't get me anywhere, actually. There we go. Okay. That was a little tough. I like that. Farusa. I wanted Farusa. Oh well, give that to me. No, actually, fuck it. No butterflies around. Okay, actually, before we continue, I really need to go to the toilet a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with this nice music. Let me go to the be right back screen. I really need to. Wait a minute. Cancel that. Can I have double that? Can I duplicate this? Wait a minute. Okay, there is actually, a way to, yeah. Okay. There we go. The name is already in use. Really? Okay, so... There we go. Oh, it contextualizes everything. It gives a name to everything. Wait a minute. Okay. Delete this. Yeah, delete it. The BRB, the food one is also nice, but it's a good thing that I have it there. Let me add. There we go. Can I find the one that I had before? I really like the one that I had before. New Roman. There we go. Actually, no, this one. Okay. As for color, we could use an outline. We could use also vertical. Why not? No, not vertical like that, you moron. Jesus. Sorry for the cough, I still have it. Outline. The outline should be black. Yep. There we go. There we go. Nice. I'll just leave it there now. I'll be back in 2 minutes. It won't take too long.
Welcome to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Neusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity. Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold,
my
we will
God.
not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so
I was
entitled.
muted this entire time. Thank you for letting me know. Welcome back. I said that yes, Anaxa would never be humble, and I also said thank you for waiting because I, had the small, break for 2 minutes. I just got back. It's a good thing that you only just came back. I know. You didn't really miss much. And thank God you came so right at the perfect moment because I just returned myself from the Be Right Back anyway. We really haven't missed anything at all. I'm just surprised that Anax actually knew about the ambush. Anyway, what is this? Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights of metal in the citizen. Okay, shut up.
As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses.
I mean, he's unfortunately smart. The main reason why he's so arrogant is because he's smart, actually.
And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs.
I don't like her. I knew I called her a bitch from the get-go. Oh yeah, I was muted. The very moment I approached her, I was calling her a bitch because I have a bad feeling about it. And yeah, I guess I am right on the right, or I have every right to call her a bitch. He speaks of arrogance again. Yep.
But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears.
And threads.
I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles.
Empedocles.
Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world, geniuses and dimwits.
And what are you? An assembly of mortal debates, a theater under the gods' watch. Here at the center of all beings, we dare to listen, speak and deliberate. Reason out rules, establish laws and pronounce death. Oh gods, does this amuse you? Ooh, puzzle. I see puzzle, I speed. Okay, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Okay, let's go back one more time. Ah. Okay, I think I'm close, but not the kind of close I really wanted. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe it's the other way around. 1, 2, 3. Close enough. Wait a minute. I think I get it. Come on, I'm so close. I know I am. There we go. I accept. Ooh, that guy. Okay, I have to wait until I get to a chance to blow him apart. Come on. Where is he? There he is. Alright, come on, come on, come on. How rude. You disregarded the knight's code of conduct, attacking without formally issuing a duel and ambushing my beloved steed. However, I forgive you. Because it will respawn soon. Ah, okay. No, let's not move on ahead just yet. Okay, any butterflies this side? No? Okay, just treasure.
Go melt it down.
He really doesn't care about treasure. He just wants to get rid of it. Remember she was the assassin? She used to be an assassin that murdered Chrysoceres or something. Yeah, from 3.0. Yeah, I do remember. I think I had it right. Then again, I don't remember her having such hair. Pretty reminded that Ratio calls himself mediocre and lumps himself in with non-geniuses, just in case we needed to have a reminder of how much better Ratio is than Anaxa. Oh, I need to get those. Go melt the iron. I guess I can just ignore this. Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah. Also, by the way, did you find the butterfly that was actually behind the the device that actually projects you to the other side? The one butterfly about the captain. And I think the precious treasure one is could be useful for alchemy. Okay. I see. I haven't heard the precious one. So have you heard about the about the captain butterfly in this area? I don't know if I did or not. I haven't gone to hunt all the nymphs yet. Well, it's a reference. And I wanted to know if you actually knew it. Unfortunately, you were not here. But, fair's fair.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history.
Be right back. Take your time. 15 days, huh? Oh, not a coincidence, the fact that, Anaxagoras dies in 15 days.
May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
Shut the fuck up.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
I love the voice actors here actually making this sound.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid.
I'm listening, just gotta set up my classes for later. Take your time. Do what you gotta do.
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains.
What?
Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
What? No!
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Circe's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Let's begin then.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya.
It's my wife.
She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed.
That's my wife you're talking about.
Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
She's prepared to action. She just needs vassals who will do her bidding without question. Vassals.
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Guarding my support is a quick. Wait a minute. I will be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness. Garnering my support is equivalent to garnering the support of the entire grove. I'll be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akama that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, How will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akima's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Oh my god, no.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh? How can you be sure of that?
What?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
This is some real political drama right here. Hello, welcome to stream Digital Leaks. Now that is an interesting name. Welcome, hello.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see then.
Can we return to playing as Trailblazer again?
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after, hmm?
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Theoros, huh? Speak with Ligus. Okay, will do.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali. I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Zoom. There we go.
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Any butterflies? Actually, I didn't notice. Didn't saw anything. There, found it. Fate has guided you to my hiding place. You weren't even hiding. Fate is like the knot tied by my master, or the thread spun by my lady. They entwine and weave to form the bond that connect us. And it's these bonds that led you to find me. Interesting. No, I wanted to...
Ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals.
What gentleman is that?
I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world which is on the brink of destruction.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Yeah, very, very ahead of yourself.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
You're dying. I expected that to happen.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Okay.
Wait. Who is that? Cersei's? Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating?
Herkis is so cheeky. Yeah, that's why I like her.
Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
We're very far away now. We're close to the head. What the?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Gnaus? Sheep? Don't tell me that the Titans were all having like a get-together. Like a family or some shit. The lore, exactly.
Ah, yes. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
No. 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 The spear of God. The spear of war.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
Is this happening in the future with Neos? And there's no way. Neos is dead.
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
This is
It's a privileged platform dedicated to devout believers, but you, Anaxagoras, never kneel to false gods. Fair enough. He really believes Kefali to be a false god? What the fuck? We are really hallucinating. Why is there a ghost here for no reason? Halt, traveler from afar. 100 challengers have always failed my trial. Will you be the 101st? For the honor of being a weaver, take a guess. Behind which tree am I hiding? The middle? You've seen through my moves? My honor as a weaver and my winning streak both shattered. Yeah, thank you. More hallucinations over here. Yeah, back, I gotta get some food. Yeah, do take your time. The middle one was the one I chose to. Yeah, it made sense because she didn't appear in the middle one, right? There they are again. Oh hey, a hand of Zagreus.
You two again.
There we go. Let's go. Coin. Yippee. Actually, it is faster if I just launch. You found me. Something about that mural feels off. The many-eyed blind figure seems to be missing a few feathers. Why could that be? Is it a revelation granted by my master or a connection beyond time and space? Who knows? Who could possibly know? Nothing is impossible if you keep trying. One day, I'll climb to the top of the cliff and stand shoulder to shoulder with a sun-bearer. Wait, how can you fly? That's unfair. I can fly too. Never mind then. Before I grab food, there are no puzzle-locked coins in this hand of Zagreus. All overworld. Okay, thank you. That would make it easy for us. Oh, I cannot go. Okay, this area is kind of big. There it is. I wish to swim against the current of time's river, yet I cannot resist the torrents nor resign myself to drifting along and giving up. In the end, I'm left stranded in the middle of the journey. Perhaps that's why the life of a butterfly. That's a life of a butterfly, excuse me. I keep reading I keep reading things the wrong way. One more coin over here, nice. Can I please have it? There we go. The game wasn't letting me descend. There we go. Okay, there must be one last somewhere. It could be hidden in plain sight. Or behind something. There it is. Nice. Anaxagoras playing with his phone while he waits.
You two again. Not too shabby. Useful for alchemy.
Not too shabby, useful for alchemy. Okay.
Enough about me. Did Chaos ever reply to you?
Chaos?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Chaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Okay. I have a theory. A game theory. So, we're talking about demigods, right? Is this the Titans before they became Titans? This is them, being, this is basically the previous generation, quote unquote. The Chrysoceres that became the Titans of the world. And the reason why Kerkis is actually with question marks and she doesn't remember this interaction, it's because he's not actually Kerkis, but it's the actual Mnestia. Infinite Midnight analysis. Am I close or am I way too close? Maybe. Yeah. It would make sense, but I don't have many clues as of right now. I'm just theorizing with whatever little I have.
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you, Anais, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Dead.
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Offerings carefully. Greetings carefully. This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers, but you and Clara's never kneel to false gods. More spirits, more souls. It's said that trying a wind chime while making wish here allows the sunbearer to hear our desires. My wish is simple. I hope for sunshine tomorrow to dry my dew-soaked wings. More puzzles. Okay, what do we have? This is very, very interesting. Crap. Hello, I returned. Hello, Infinite Midnight. Okay, so now that you returned, I really need to tell you what you did not hear. I see Kerkis and Gneus talking in this part, right? And Kerkis claims that they have no goddamn idea. Wait a minute, I just did something stupid. Yes, okay, so, wait a minute, let me gather my thoughts. So, Kerkis claims that she has no goddamn idea what we're talking about. They also mentioned someone called Chaos, or Chaos, I don't know. So, I thought, what if these are actually the previous generation of Titans? Like the previous Chrysosers before they became Titans, and the main reason why Kerkis actually doesn't know or remember any of that, it's because she's not actually Kerkis, but it's actually Mnestia. Because that was the original Mnestia's body before everything. I will say that the lore will either confirm or deny your theory soon, and I won't say which. Okay, excellent.
So, we meet again. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a snooping ear.
We are right below it.
you keep going?
Snoop, Snoop. Yep.
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Yep.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
Okay, couch potato, calm down.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all.
Calypso?
Training would make me no different from those Helcolithist barbarians.
Helcolithistic barbarians. What? Mood though, yep.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Circes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Circes?
Yeah, I wanted to say that the fact that he turned to Kirkis, but Kirkis wasn't in the shot, really seemed a little bit off right off the bat. But I'm like, there's no way. Well, turns out there is a way.
They're gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
This entire time has been beside his ear. All...
Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land of the dead.
Oh my god, everyone's a spirit now. As I was saying, this entire time Kirkis has been behind his ear all this time, and now, the very moment he makes a question to her, she's just nowhere to be found. Will you make your question before you die, you scholar, or no?
Beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Ooh, thanks.
Not too shabby.
Free too.
Useful for alchemy.
No puzzles nor anything. Just walk around and you found it. Devoted emissaries, heretical scholars, the lost wanderer, and the desperate outlaw. At the edge of divinity, we look up in awe. In a fleeting moment of terror, the long road behind fades from memory.
We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself.
He died.
Did I still fail to make it in time?
I thought he had 15 days and nights, no?
So, I'm back here again.
Bravo.
This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Ooh, nice art. Very nice art. Also, it comes off as a surprise the fact that, technically speaking, this is the body of Nestia, right? Agneus, it's the body of Melonicador, so... Winning! Let's go! Strife and romance, let's go! Anyway. Was this the part that you said? No, this isn't the part. But I like this one too.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Wait a minute. Didn't Kerkis actually introduce herself as Calypso the first time we met her? Not the part yet. Okay, I see. Are we very far away from it?
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Is this Kastoriki? Yes, it did. Wait a minute. Not the part yet. Yeah. Yes, it did. I see. So she was Calypso at some point in life.
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily.
Deliverer?
Just give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Is this the sister of... Oh, is this the sister of Kastoriki? Yeah, it is.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core.
I don't get it. I really do not get it. Wait a minute. Gneus was always a separate part of Nigador? Calypso was also a separate part of Kerkis, or perhaps Kerkis before became Kerkis? How old is Storiki in order for her sister to be present in this moment? What the fuck is going on? Anaxa will say the answer in a little. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Circe's question.
What exactly are we?
The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Circe's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important.
What's important then?
Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant.
What?
Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
So that's why you will become Kerkis' core flame bearer? Tang Heng point of view. Interesting. We have Tang Heng. We were really left off at a horrible cliffhanger there with Anaxa. What the fuck? Also so sad that Tang Heng, yet again, he doesn't have a voice. The truth is even more meaty. There is more to it. So I guess we're gonna have to check for that later.
What are you thinking about?
Obviously, he's not thinking of anything. He doesn't have the voice to express his thinking anyway. Just amazed at how this towering tree is Kerkis' divine body. It's a majestic sight. This part isn't too terribly long with Tang Heng, I mean. Okay, good.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
Oh, it's kind of ironic, the fact that he has to do with a city, a big city and a great tree. Which great tree wasn't actually divine. Merely something from the past that I won't go into. Exactly.
Events of the past, huh?
You're right.
I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars. And their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground.
I didn't catch that the first time around. Really? But he expressed it. You didn't notice the fact that he says something from the past?
I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree. Because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You're a sky... Ooh, Jesus. Okay, you're a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the Reason Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them.
By the way, if Kerkis's OG body is a tree, that means Nestias fell in love with a tree. A literal tree. Yeah. 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 I mean, I was disappointed from the get-go when I realized that it was all Sexby and Lex, but now that doesn't surprise me. You know? But then again, you could say that there is something always romantic about trees, so there's also that. That's probably why we got both she and he when referring to Kerkis, because the tree is the original body. Maybe. Maybe.
You get what I'm saying, right, Danny?
Danny?
After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout of any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to Kalis.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will you be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Okay, Barbara. The silence in here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before heading in. How to leave Amphorius. Okay, in the myths, Aquila, the titan who reigns over the domain of the skies, is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius will remain trapped on the ground. Iachini's forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her here as a guide, it's possible that she plans to have Iachini take on a trial in the future. Amphorius' Titan mythology. In Amphorius, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when amongst the people of Amphorius. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Titans and Neons. Titans and Neons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not possible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their... It is not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Neos are. Chrysoceres and demigods? Chrysoceres are humans who possess heroic qualities, with most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. Upon clearing a Crow Flame trial, Chrysocere can even ascend to a demigod and inherit a Titan's divinity. Wait, something about that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? Wait a minute, what did you say? Let me focus on that a little bit. Something about that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? The Flamechase Journey and the Prophecy. Guided by the Prophecy, the heroes on the quest to reclaim core flames and usher in the Era Nova. Their efforts has seen gratifying results to date. As I expected, the Prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't wield any results. I should leave this for another time. Okay, think of something else. I should probably turn my attention to something else. Okay, Kalus's plight. Nobody could have ever imagined that Kalus's life would be forfeited the moment we landed on Amphoreus. I should have done more to keep him safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphoreus might just work in our favor and save him. It's actually so unique, the idea that, you know, depending on the place that you go, there are different laws. Such is the way of the Trailblaze, you know? The only reason why Kalus can actually fucking survive right now, it's because he died in Amphoreus specifically, and Amphoreus has an underworld, so we might be able to get his soul back. Greek mythology style. But, that being said, if it was any other place, excluding Benacone in the dream specifically, he would have actually died. Is there a selection process equals for being one able to take on a divinity? Yeah, I see. Hey yo, I'm back with decent internet. Welcome back, Luz. Good to have you back. The Grove is a veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they'll have records on similar case. Please let there be one. Okay, enough musing for now. Clock is ticking. I should research for clues as I move. Oh, I'm playing as my wife. Yeah, I will keep playing as my wife. I don't want to switch to Danghang because Danghang is too difficult to, you know, go out and about. This isn't the new area, right? This isn't like an expansive new area in the... Yeah, we have been through everything in this area. There's no reason for me to waste any time not looking anything else. Let's just fucking go. I could also, you know, teleport, but the game, of course, because you're playing as another character, does not allow you to. They actually give you a trial Danghang, which is really funny. Yeah, but what kind of a trial Danghang would I assume they will give you a trial Danghang, but why would you have a trial Danghang? Is he like better from the actual Danghang you might have? I don't think so. Black monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of a black-eyed monster. It does look different from the Titan King from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Scrollers debates, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Legible contents end here. Okay, I don't want to waste time reading more stuff. I already grow tired of voicing Danghang. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglaya also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Nice. Good find, Dangheng. Ooh. How did you find yourself cornered like that, lady? That's Yakini. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out there.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
They know no one has him built. More or less. You would only build Dangheng in the beginning. After so many updates, why would you have him build? Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
I could. Might as well do so. I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. Alright, now let's get him!
I do not like the fact that you call him Danny. It comes close to Daddy and I don't like it. I don't know why my mind has become so rotten over the years, but I truly have to tell you all, it wasn't like that. It really was not. They made me this way.
A little honesty with Catadons.
Not that... No, I didn't thought about it properly.
Will overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Countless thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Ooh, a new enemy type.
How's this taste? Nice, like my friends?
He's very familiar with everyone after just meeting them. It rubs me the wrong way. True. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with you? Not that I dislike Rakini, but we've never been friends. True. That kind of overly friendly behavior makes me not trust someone really.
If not, I'll catch my
Like you're acting that close to me and I don't know you. Why? True that. It really feels like she's just a really cute girl who's trying to, you know, help everyone, but
All light to be revealed.
you cannot help but feel suspicious about it now. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me.
Oopsie.
Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
It's not necessarily suspicious, it's just her demeanor is not compatible with mine. Well, for most people it isn't. Like in this day and age, you just don't feel like befriending someone who's too friendly. I guess because there is much manipulation when it comes to our society in our time. I'm usually really friendly and I like when people are too. It makes me feel safe. Yeah. I cannot blame you, but yeah. I'm not saying I dislike when people are friendly, I'm saying overly friendly. Yeah, that's what I mean too. Like they're trying too hard to, you know, they're trying too hard to make you like them. Like they act too close to me when I just met them. Yeah. Anaxagoras, the scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Like with a nickname like Danny, like she just met Dangheng. Exactly. Venom said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey. Nicknames are for like close friends. Yeah, more or less.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods. Nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove.
Yeah. Maybe I'm too naive and trust too easily. Well, it depends on the place you're coming from too. In big cities, you cannot really. It's always better to be safe than sorry, you know.
Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Cersei's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
I picked up a scroll on my way here too. It looks like it may be related to the one that you're holding.
Oh, let me have a look.
Oh, the internet's like it's a little different because this is my screen name and that's how you all know me. Yeah, more or less.
These scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
There's still much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Who are the Venerationists?
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most.
Okay.
As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa.
Euthyphro. Okay.
If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
A very illustrative explanation, thank you. Was it a mistake to build the skyships?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless.
Well, IRL, if I just met someone like that day or a few days ago and they start calling me by some cutesy nickname, I wouldn't like that. Well, that is understandable. I don't think anybody would like that.
That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
Okay, that was a joke, huh? What is Anaxa's field of study?
Newsporists primarily study the application of alchemy and soul repair. Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
Nicknames are 1. Your name long as fuck. You got a really common nickname. Sometimes, yeah. To be honest, though, I have difficulties making friends in the first place, so yeah, I agree with that by Build Similar. Yeah, pretty much. Also, welcome to Stream Build Similar. Haven't seen you in a while. I don't have any more questions.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself.
I mean, if someone's named Christopher, they probably are called Chris a lot, and they don't need to be close for that. But like Danny for Dan Hang, girl, she just met him. Yeah.
It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even this scroll is completely new to me.
Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that's caught my attention, though. This says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them.
Okay.
I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
Papyrus read the Blasphemer's Wheel. Head to the Library of Philia. Okay.
This is the Library of Philia, the place where the
Damn
Grove
it.
stores its collection of tomes.
Hmm.
Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original.
No.
What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
Okay. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Yeah. Or you could just say that that's an asshole thing to do. Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared.
Okay. It reminds me of Death Note. Yeah.
There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
Actually, calling you L does remind me of Death Note myself, yeah. Might as well pointing it out. Agreed, this place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. Couldn't find dictionary. Dang. We'll just have to take Midai's word for how few words there are in Kremnolian language. That's obviously a lie because, you know, Midai did say about, you know, visiting a library of his, right? To Fenon. Oh well. I mean, it's his private library. That makes sense. Maybe they couldn't find it. Well, I guess there are no libraries, and that's why he created a private library for himself. I mean, we couldn't find it either. Yeah, sure. In Castrum Kremnos. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what is this? A record of many research topics of carpists. Okay, blah blah blah. There's no way I'm reading all this bullshit. A book covered in innovations of many scholars. And the last resort is when all else fails, employ brute force. This isn't going to be any help. Okay. These are complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras the Blasphemer. There is a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated in the perfectly intact seals, the complainee did not even bother opening them, and just chucked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa? I should read this. Yakini, you should come have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him?
Apparently.
I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
Guys, I'm so glad devs listened. We complained about black screens and they added lots of white screens. Devs listened. I don't know about white screens. Dang, my six back-to-back classes are about to start. Oh, crap.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius?
At 3:15. Okay, we still have about a half an hour.
Everywhere you turn.
Heck, yeah. Anyway, this story gets like 4 out of 10. Wow. You never ever give an above 5, are you? An above average rating, never, huh? An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? Yes. As told in the myths, the seas, the skies, and the earth are all, beyond the shadow of a doubt, creations of the Titans.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the Flame Chase journey, and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans.
It's only 4 because of the reduced yap. 5 is then a zone 0. What the hell? What the hell, Bill Similar? Have you ever rated something at 5? Yeah, more or less.
Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient.
Cypher leaks got me acting up. You're not deserving of Cypher for giving the story a 4 out of 10.
Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
Cypher has pretty eyes. She does have pretty eyes. I haven't met her yet, but I know we're gonna meet her in this patch. What he didn't say? That the Titans are not noble? Rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. But what's for certain, at least, is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the Grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the Grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
Okay, given the Grove's meticulous approaching to archiving, could there be such an oversight right under their noses?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the Grove in this state,
Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. Oh, but with the Grove in the state, yes?
Sure, Nexa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
Right. So how do we get to the lab?
This is the place. But where is everything? Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the black
Bra moment. It's 3 white black screens and 5 transitional screens, low. Well, it is what it is. Decisive. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I might know what you're talking about, not 100%. I'm a bad guy, but I'm not I'm a bad guy, but not bad guy. Yeah, sure. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Duncan doesn't have a fucking voice. No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soap with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Apparently, Kastoriki walks is too much spoiling for this stream. And it is. And for a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, time you out. Sorry, okay, sorry, I had to. I mean, at this point, it's tradition for you to come here and get timed out. Don't worry, it's only for 10 seconds. I'm sad because I went there I'm sad because I want there to be pressure on the VAs to go back to work, but I don't want there to be hate for them. Yeah, too fine of a line to work. Lol. Yeah, more or less. If you remember, did you do something just now? What happened? Nah, these VAs need to get back to work. Yeah. These are the materials requested from Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemic doctrine, and so on. It was spam. Oh, okay, I see. Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't notice it. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the Nusporist school of thought. However, a document entitled "A Study in the Resourcer's Background" is mixed within. Blah 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 resources, blah 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 blah. Oh wait a minute, it's about the them. Sopolis tribute to Ayan and Trinon descend in the holy city from the temple of the three fates. Golden Weaver Aglaia of Ohima from the Nestia priestly family. Prince of Custom Criminals, Yakini of the Twilight Cordial of their century have varying degrees of the connection to the divine titans of their divine authorities. That's the Golden Blanco from the heights of priest. Okay, Anaxagoras about Kephalite Creed. Kastoriki, the servant of death from Evdonium. Lineage is neither Titan priest nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with that power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. Alchemic soul ripped from the dragon corpse and blah 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 blah. Theory must be tested, experiments have to be arranged. I see. They all are gonna be replaced at this point. Yeah, it would be so sad because Dan, Hank, Himeko, and MC are all really beloved voices. I know. MC's voice actor actually had such a badass voice. Him actually screaming rules are meant to be broken really did became the line. You know, it really was that line. But they need to either go back to work or get replaced. They have been on strike for no freaking reason. True. I will only miss Himeko. I will dearly miss Himeko myself. Himeko's voice is so gentle and iconic, dude. I know. She was perfect for the Himeko that we all wanted. Combined with the Himeko from Honkai Impact 3, it was just plain perfect. I'll miss everyone. Yeah, me too. Who knows? Perhaps there might still be a chance or something. I don't know. How long has it been, by the way, with that fucking, strike? Over a year now, almost? It has been almost a year, hasn't it?
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and... me?
It's been almost a year. Yeah. Damn. This journal contains several intriguing points. 9 months. Damn. Goddamn. Creation of Titans. From the Abyss of Fate to Custom Kremnos, I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphorius. Excuse me. Life forms created by Kirkis can also be found in the Grove. But fusing them with human souls, through alchemical means, I can't even begin to imagine. The Chrysoceres. Anaxa seems to hold a special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysoceres veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the heroes' backgrounds.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases.
It started in July.
It also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anaxa's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Anaxa's research. Okay, although through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysoceres to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity. But treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemy experiments, that's rather extreme. They will be replaced at any moment. Who knows? I know Hoyo is reluctant to replace them. I know. They really have done them a great favor for them to actually, not replacing them this entire time. Maybe if they were fringe side characters, they wouldn't be. But, yeah.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
What? These documents appear incomplete, judging from what's left behind the important the remains. The previous approach has flaws. Fusing human souls with the Titan creation does not purify golden blood. The creations the Chrysoceres golden blood. The soul fusion between humans and creations merely repair impurities of the soul or maintains connection with the dying souls, while creation means tells us the Chrysoceres and the creators were all made by Titans. Their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysoceres are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysoceres. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. The living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. What the fuck, Anaxa? Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands, I will melt the Titan and reach the true essence of the soul. Let me tell you something. If it was any other fucking character, or this character was not a Chrysosaur necessary for the, you know, Flame Chase journey. This was the point when it was revealed that he's a villain. In many other works of fiction, right at this moment, Anaxa would have been confirmed a villain. Longer than Nikki, at least. The ones that have refused to work get replaced an event or two later. Yeah, true. This whole part is basically just what the heck, Anaxa. Yeah, more or less.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now.
So we have to kill him.
Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
So we're gonna have to kill them. To kill him. Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy.
True. He's just being silly. Oh yeah, he felt cute and he decided to fucking, you know, experiment on souls. The guy really is a fucking, the equivalent of a necromancer, but you know, for the souls. What would you call him actually? You would call him a sorcerer, right? Felt cute, might experiment on souls later. Exactly.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
But Kerkis took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we are now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
Oh my god, and knowing him for how fucking... Oh, fuck. Knowing him for how reckless he is, he would actually plan out everything despite the risks, and he would actually go through with it. Motherfucker. Sorcerer is a good word for it. Yeah. Like Sanju, like how is the name of this sorcerer who can take the, you know, Immortal Kombat, who can manipulate souls and take the form of other combatants. Sanju, what was his name? I cannot remember. Nah, I cannot remember. Wait a minute. Give me one moment. I'm probably thinking the name wrong. Not Quan Chi, the other character. It could be Quan Chi too, actually, now that I think about it, but... Oh well. Yeah, that was his name. Shang Chung. That was his name. Bro is using too much brain power. I'm not... Oh, no. I wasn't actually thinking. I was actually searching on the internet. There was no way I could remember that fucking name. What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I'd put my theories to the test, no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Would he have taken them for other purposes?
Like what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Except Thanatos.
No. No way.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, as a matter of fact. The guy is fucking unhinged as they come. To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If Anaxa is in Nohima now, then that means...
He's after Kefali.
Yeah, Kefali too.
Sir, this sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Technically oh man, I just realized that Dan Heng was supposed to say that line along with Iakini, but only Iakini said it. Whatever.
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve.
So Empedocles actually enabled him for all that. Empedocles really was a good man, but Anaxa really is reckless.
Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity, you didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa.
But mostly pride. 90% pride. Yeah. True. Let me take a picture of that. 99%. 99.9 actually.
They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Wow. And he says that to a Titan. Yeah. Reckless as a motherfucker.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Good question.
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
I gotta go. There's a part coming up that's gonna make you nervous. Well, if it's not in this scene, but I'm just gonna say it's gonna be okay. Okay, look, if it's not in this scene, I hope it's not gonna be, now, because we have already hit the 3-hour mark and I have work tomorrow, so perhaps I should finish it here. It's a good stopping point for today. Is it all gonna be in one cutscene?
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
Oh my god.
I'm here. His life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Well, anyway, Infinite Midnight, thank you so much for being here tonight, by the way. Wish you good work, good rest of your day. We're gonna finish after this scene. I hope it's not too long.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
Kastoriki actually so kind.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you would remember, because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is?
Because Kekis is dead too?
The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood.
I was right.
The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
So I was right. I wasn't right about saying that that was actually Mnestia, but I was right about saying that this was actually the previous generation of gods before, like, basically the mortals who became Titans.
Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
And Naxa wants to be reborn as Kefali? Wow. In the meantime...
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Crap.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
Yeah, Aglaya doesn't like that guy after all.
I'm sorry.
He never liked him, but we now become aware fully why she didn't like him.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit.
Played upon being played. Let's fucking go.
What we should
That's
be
my
doing
wife
now
right there.
is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, The Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome.
Huh? Wait a minute, what? The day after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battle where you hunt gods.
Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Crap. So we're gonna fight there. So after she dies. No! No! Fuck! No! My wife! My queen! My love! We will be waiting here for your good news. Come find us anytime you need something. Bye bye, my wife.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Crap. Wow, these people are shouting, shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Krateros! You're here too? Hello, Oleg of Amphorius. But we've never met. Hello, Oleg of Amphorius.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
It's bizarre that Kratos is actually Oleg of Amphorius, but I like him 10 times more than Oleg. Well, we still have 2 patches until she dies. Now she has to do whatever. I don't want to see her die.
It has indeed been some time, Lord Kratos. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
Why not?
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in a broad daylight. Wait, Acheron! Someone's coming to save us! It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in a broad daylight.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Ooh!
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
What? That's what Infinite Midnight meant! Also, we finally hear my voice again. Let's fucking go.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
Fuck, how is he back?
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
Shit. I wasn't strong enough.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
Kratos is such a fucking Omega Chad. Man, I love Midnight's voice. Yeah. Yeah.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately.
No matter how much on her toes she may be, she will never be taller than Midnight. Just saying.
Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
What?
That's her.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Kratos.
120 stellar jades, damn. Okay. Perfect stopping point. Truly the perfect stopping point, as a matter of fact. Okay, we'll come back to this game tomorrow. Star Rail World. I haven't even touched this yet. I will do it after the story. Okay, so tomorrow is gonna be a very busy day for me, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stream. I will definitely try my utmost. You know, I will try my best to actually stream for at least 2 hours, because I really want to continue the story. Because tomorrow it's actually Friday, so you know, on Saturdays I do not stream. I have to go out with friends. I do that almost every week. Sunday there is a slight possibility that I might not stream yet again, because I have yet again plans. So after today's stream, which I really hope it will happen, it's gonna be, the next stream is gonna be on Monday, unfortunately. It's fine, don't be too hard on yourself. I will try to keep everything balanced. As for next week it's actually, you know, the big week, you know, because Easter is here, you know, for the Orthodox Christian countries, and things will get very hectic during next week. I'm not sure how much hectic. I'll let you know in the community post on the channel, okay? Until then, well, I'll see you all next time, tomorrow that is, hopefully. I wish you all a good day. Stay safe. Luz, thank you so much for being here. Infinite Midnight, Joker, Build Similar, this size Z. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you all, truly. Digitalix, thank you also so much for being here. Many people actually dropped into the stream. Julian, of course you were here too. Ally Gamer Girl, Vladimir. We really did had a lot of people coming in today, and I am truly honored. I truly do appreciate it. Anyway, bye bye. Have a good day. See ya later. Bye bye.